Yeah, listen, don't be a hater. I had to do it. As we close the release week here on Anti-Venom, I had to put him in a Galactus deck to see what would happen. And it was a lot more fun than I expected and a little better than I expected as well, because I had these big grand dreams of a 0 cost, 0 power Galactus that you know had been anti-venomed down to 0/0, and then like on turn 6 playing Hobgoblin with a Galactus behind it, and the opponent is like, what the heck, dude, where did this come from? I had no idea this was about to happen. That plan, of course, is pretty unrealistic for a variety of reasons. It's just hard to hit Galactus. You know, he's 1 in 12 for your anti-venom. Howard can kind of help you find those moments, but really tough. And then, you know, often the -8's not really enough to make a 0 power Galactus worth it. So that's not really the dream. But what I did find is that anti-venom still served a unique and interesting purpose in this deck, particularly in combination with Blink, where if you hit something like a Nimrod or a Symbiote Spider-Man for 0, you can actually play those on the same turn as Blink and dig that Galactus out of your deck. And you can even do that on turn 6. And this deck is really about that like turn 6 surprise Galactus. This is not running things like Wave or Electro, where you try to play your Galactus early and then follow it up with an Eliath or a Death or a Null or whatever. Those are the kind of early Galactuses. We're all in on that surprise Galactus, that turn 6 dump. And Blink and Anti-Venom do create some interesting opportunities there. There's even cool lines where you like play a Symbiote Spider-Man on turn 4 and then Anti-Venom on turn 5. Then you can play like a Nimrod next to the Symbiote Spider-Man, then blink the Nimrod into a Galactus, and then activate the Symbiote Spider-Man for this like crazy surprise out of nowhere Galactus. Like, that stuff's hard to line up sometimes, but those moments tend to find their ways into games in surprising ways. And then, of course, beyond that, there's just like traditional Selene, Green Goblin, Symbiote Spider-Man, Hobgoblin Galactus that feels, you know, kind of old school and maybe sometimes almost unavoidable for opponents in some cases. So this deck is like sneaky. I'm not going to tell you this is even the best way to play Galactus, because there's some weird little things in here. And, you know, sometimes the anti-venom downside is just a legitimate downside. It's like, oh, okay, I got a 5/0 Hobgoblin. That's not really that useful, except in some very specific circumstances, which you'll see soon. But, you know, it still worked. I had where did we land at? Let me see. Hold up. Where's that at? We had a 9-6 run, actually an additional tie in the mix as well. I was up a few cubes with this one. Galactus worked more often than I expected. People weren't really playing around it, despite some tells in this deck, like the Green Goblin and the Hobgoblin and the Symbiote Spider-Man and the Nimrod. But it just kind of seemed to connect more than I thought it would. So this deck was fun. Anti-Venom definitely adds a layer of spice. I don't know if he makes the deck better necessarily, but he makes it interesting and fun to play for sure compared to most Galactus decks. And I've always liked Galactus decks that are this like turn 6 line as opposed to the Eliath line. That, for whatever reason, feels a lot dirtier to me. This feels a little bit more honest and earned and telegraphed. So I do enjoy this style of play a lot more. So anyway, I hope you will enjoy some of the hilarity and hijinks and absurdity of the anti-Galactus turn 6 surprise. Okay, Cthulhu. High rank, dude. Top 5K is kind of crazy for me to see at my rank these days. Bar Sinister. Okay, well, that's actually not a great Galactus spot, believe it or not, because you get stuck with that one Green Goblin. But we might just be able to win this game like traditionally. Oh my god. They just went Hulkbuster, Bar Sinister. What a baller, dude. It's a great way to get some free stats. Especially if they have any way to like bounce this or return it. Imagine a Frigga right now, dude. Frigga would be insane. Actually nuts. A rock is sort of disastrous to us here. Oh, negative zone is not disastrous to us, though. We love negative zone. Okay. I think it's Luke and Howard next turn, right? We'll just play him left or whatever. That's fine. Definitely it looks like Deadpool destroy for sure. This is good. This makes Galactus a bit better off the negative zone rip. I mean, I guess an anti-venom could also be pretty nice here. We had like a Hobgoblin. Weirdly, Hobgoblin at 0 is still useful in negative zone, so kind of technically useful anyway, just because, you know, space, occupying space, but even more useful. Oh my god, it's gonna happen. And I don't expect them to load that up with more cards or anything, right? Are they suspicious right now? Better question is, can they do anything about it? You know, I guess the destroy is gonna happen, right? So that's a little bit of a downside for us.
I want the throne.
Howard, that's okay. So Goblin's -3. Galactus is gonna go to 3. So they're at 0 to 3 right now. I mean, obviously, if they play a big card in negative zone, we're kind of cooked, right? But do they play a big card in negative zone becomes the question. I don't know. There's definitely a risk that Galactus goes off and then we still lose. I don't know. Oh, they didn't play anything, dude. They didn't play anything, dude. This is so sick. I love that negative zone is making the Hobgoblin valuable here. This is so funny. This is fantastic news.
Kneel before Galactus.
So we go back to 3, but they're at 0. So crazy, dude. They don't even... Oh, Wolverine! Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Wolverine's fine. I forgot about Wolverine. He's fine, though. He's only going off once ever, so it doesn't matter. Oh, my God. That scared me for a second, dude. That really scared me for a second, bro. Wolverine was so spooky. I guess we would have tied even if we went off twice, but the location being full there prevented that, at least in this game state. Obviously, there could have been other game states that were worse. Dude, that is such a crazy... What a... Like... Absolutely silly, dude. I love it. All right, yeah. Interesting little hand. Blink with the 4 drops always makes me excited. I think 5 drops, you know, ideally better, but Anti-Venom can hit a 5 drop, which they can then Galactus on turn 6. See the lines? Yeah, it's like, I think Anti-Venom just makes this whole thing worse, but it's kind of a fun idea anyway. Kind of a meme dream, you know. The hood, they're getting that destroyed, so that might imply they're not planning to bounce necessarily as much. Or Eternal's Arc, okay, could be a way to do like a sneaky Galactus thing where I put like a 5 drop in a flooded location and then blink it out on the final turn, you know. Hobgoblin, okay, like nothing to play until turn 4, man. Jeez. Killmonger's looking a little tastier all of a sudden. Otto's Lab. Green Goblin finally drawn, but at the wrong point. It's now I got the 4 drops to play. If we get 0 power Galactus, pretty unlikely we can make it connect, but not impossible. Not impossible, right? Like, absolutely still possible. Mylock, all right. Drawing a lot of cards. Destroying their Nico is interesting. I'm surprised by that. Otto's Lab could be good. It's Killmonger, huh? Well, that's pretty nice actually for 0. We could use that to delete the demon and then still get the Galactus down. Although I think we're kind of thinking more about left realistically. Part of me wants to just like play a symbiote Spider-Man left into the blink, right? We'll see what they have. Oh yeah, see, that's too big for sure. Nimrod though for free. Okay, that's a bonus. Armor is actually fine for now. You do kind of have to imagine the opponent though. What's my top deck? Luke Cage. This has a chance to hit Iron Lad or Galactus. If it hits Iron Lad, we know it's turning into a Luke Cage, not a Galactus. It's like, do I take the blink 50-50 here? Because I want to play... Well, I don't know. I just also need to play Hobgoblin. I don't know, boss. We're gonna try this. Oh, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try to hit the 50-50 on the Killmonger, I think, man. I think that's the only way this works. Dude, there is so much Cosmo right now. We are just treading on thin ice, man. Yeah, so this is just the 50-50. I mean, in theory, 14 could actually maybe be big enough to win anyway. Like in theory, but certainly Galactus is the goal here. The 50-50 Galactus goal. We had to play the Killmonger last turn, by the way. We'll see. Oh, let's go! I forgot there was that possibility too, because we don't know what the top deck was anymore. It was only last turn the top deck was Luke Cage. Let's go, dude. That's so sick. Little Nimrod bonus too is great.
Victory.
That is so cool, dude. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, buddy, we got we got Howard. Now that does mean no Anti-Venom Galactus, but of course that's not our only path forward in this here. Oh my God, we both played Howard. What are the odds of that, dude? That's wild. Okay, bigger Galactus is potentially very nice. We got a Green Goblin incoming. Okay, Luke Cage. Again, not especially important, but I mean this symbiote Spider-Man Galactus already looks pretty spicy, right? Like with the giant Green Goblin. I mean theoretically all of these spots are okay. In some ways I don't know. I think if this is like a Tribunal deck, which is my kind of first instinct, maybe we'll be okay. I mean, obviously this wants to go here. Like, it's not Cosmo, right? I guess we take that risk. Screw me! Are you kidding me, dude? What in the world? Okay. Wow. So I mean, dude, like, I mean, this is still pretty great, right? Like, dude, like, do we trust the Galactus right though? Like, this kind of feels like a Tribunal list to me still, but I don't know. It's weird. Like, Ant-Man's like not great in Tribunal necessarily. If we gain priority here, we're probably okay, but I don't know if we're gonna gain priority because they may play here, right? It's like. It's really not that likely. I guess we'll see. I don't know, man. If Galactus connects, like we're over the moon, right? Nimrod's probably gonna carry that totally fine. We ship it. We ship it. I don't know, dude. They have priority, so I'm worried about a lot of things here. I think they might just want to play mid though. If there is like a Tribunal, I guess we're kind of cooked, right? Because Iron Lad gets huge. Tribunal adds like 13 left or an hour. Yeah, something like that, right? Okay. Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Iron Man.
Easy freaking game. Let's go. We beat the Cosmo. Easy. Easy Cosmo defeat, dude. Yes. I cannot believe that was a Cosmo, man. Unreal. That's beautiful, though. Okay. Nice, dude. Turn 6 Galactus. This is my first game. Turn 6 Galactus,
Victory.
dude. Sakar. Well, that's far and away the worst hit, so that's sad. It's just completely useless. So these would have all been fine. I would have really liked to see these, you know? Oh, yeah, that could have been fun. So Gens are interesting, letting us cheat out a Galactus early, potentially. That's kind of nice. Colleen, get rid of a Scorn. Sure. I mean, it's just always Luke Cage for us, of course. Oh my goodness. Man, that usually fundamentally stops any Galactus upside. It's so hard to beat this. I'm just wondering now, like, is there a better path through this game? I mean, goblins are great at Sinister London, but I don't have any of those. I mean, for now, I guess we still take a Gen. was contemplating, like, do we keep this open for Galactus, but I just don't see how that happens. Dude, they are really filling up with Gens. Reading that energy instead of space. intriguing. I just need to hit goblins. Yeah, that's actually really good. Even if the goblins don't like even an anti-venom goblin would still be pretty amazing, I think, but a green goblin is even better. Oh, they're gonna be full here. Nice.
I am reborn.
I think that's gonna give me a Galactus opener though, still for the record. Like, well, I mean, I guess Symbiote Spider-Man could. Symbiote Spider-Man Galactus could do it maybe. Getting a ton of scorn buffs. Don't go right, go left, and yeah, nice. Oh, Gambit gone. Okay, dude, they have a oh my good god, dude. They have a billion power Galactus, a billion power Scorn, and a billion energy.
You won't need
Like,
this
dude,
anymore.
this is crazy.
Apocalypse.
They're at 11 right already though too, so we don't have a great. We do not. We need Symbiote Spider-Man basically. The only way we're getting a Galactus off here. Can I just ever win on numbers? Like, just, you know, Nimrod and Iron Lad, and then mid they're just a little bit full. I mean, honestly, maybe
Opponent snapped.
the Scorn's maybe a bit of a risk. Like, also just like Galactus mid is crazy. Like, how do you beat? I don't think you beat Galactus mid, right? This is gonna sound crazy. I feel like my best play right now is to just hit a Symbiote Spider-Man and then top deck Galactus. So 1 and 3 to hit Symbiote Spider-Man. Obviously, we hit Hobgoblin. Like GG, right? Like that's. But if we hit Symbiote Spider-Man and then top deck Galactus, I don't know. Maybe there's a chance. I don't think it's a good chance, but it's a chance. I don't really see how else to get there, right? Everything's just so big, including that guy. Good lord, it's got to be Symbiote Spider-Man, right? It's just got to be. Symbiote Spider-Man. Please, God, one time in my life. One time in my life. Am I the greatest player in the world? No. Because this doesn't do enough. Wait, does it do it? Oh, I can't play both of these. God, the Celine screwed me! I just want to see if it would have hit, right? Like, that's really the dream. Remember, you can't, like, play a card in behind it. That doesn't ever do anything. I just want to see if it would have hit. Like, let's see, dude. Celine screwed me. Could have hit Nimrod, too, for the record. I just want to see if it hits. Like, let's see. Wait, I got a Luke Cage. I forgot I got a Luke Cage. Oh, my God. It still would have worked. But we would have lost afterwards, right? Or would we have? I don't know how this works. Does he keep the stats permanently if the Luke Cage dies? I have no idea how this works. I don't know how it works. Does he does. Oh my god, it would have worked. What is happening with the game, by the way? It's totally bugged out. Dude, it would have worked. Oh my god, we just hit the Celine again. Which she was really tiny, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. This has gone crazy. This whole game is crazy. So we had a 1 and 3 to win. Oh, dude. This MODOK wouldn't have gone off, right? There was nothing that's from the Dracula scoring activation. So we would have won 13 to 11. Dude, that's a crazy game. We like actually found the out. That's pretty cool. You know, it didn't hit, but that's a cool game where you just dig for that out. That's just so impossible. All right, Celine. Yeah, we love energy cheat too. That's really good. We don't really need it now necessarily, but it doesn't hurt. Goblin down early is not bad. Doctopus Octopus. I love that name for some reason. That's funny. Doctopus Octopus. So like technically Galactus here might be better, but we know this works at least. So let's just do Green Goblin mid. Opponent might think we're more of a like I don't know, like toxic type deck as opposed to a Galactus type deck. One Green Goblin doesn't really tell you everything yet, I don't think. Magic. Okay, that's kind of cool because we can turn that off. That's nice. I do think a Nimrod will sort of tell the opponent what we're about. If we show Nimrod and Symbiote Spider-Man, for sure it'll show them what we're about. Right now, the Symbiote Spider-Man turns into a Hobgoblin off the blink, which is pretty cool. Only Hobgoblin in the deck right now, so that might be a way to just push a ton here, like maybe an unavoidable amount of problems for them. Unless, of course, we draw the Hobgoblin, then we got some problems. Yeah, I would say let's do this for now. It's worth a little more than the Symbiote Spider-Man, and probably all we need, realistically. I think we're likely okay to go for Galactus next turn. There is an argument that you just play the Nimrod first, but I think it gives the opponent a little bit too much data, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what they play here and what's cooking and stuff. I'm not sure just yet. If this is like a bounce or something. Oh,
I am Iron Man.
Oh, God. So... now I'm actually kind of convinced maybe I need the Nimrod. Like, let's just say they have what, they're -14 and 6 here. By the way, hitting Iron Man 3 times is insane. -14 and 6, they're at -8. If they put like a 12 power card here, they go to 8 power. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking about like what's the max damage that can be done on this, and how scary is that? Maybe we Nimrod first. It's honestly a little shaky. We'll see what happens here, I guess. Oh, I don't think they're expecting Galactus at all, man. I don't know what's cooking here. Oh, it's Kitty Pride. Okay, so we might just turn off that Scarlet's, but they never won priority here, dude. This is wild. We can just play a million things too for whatever, you know. Like, this is absolutely craziness. Any reason for me to not play this first? I don't think it makes any difference, right? That we have priorities, so this just does absolutely. I just don't want to mess it up, you know. Maybe in case something goes dreadfully wrong, but I have priority. I don't know what could possibly go dreadfully wrong here. I think this is just always game over, right? How do you win with this particular like that Iron Man? I've never seen a more wasted Iron Man in my life, by the way, dude. Like an insane Iron Man hit that just gets completely denied. This is really funny. Yeah, that's quite a result, isn't it? I got a fist bump. I feel that might sound like taunting. I don't know if they know me or not. I always use that one, but that might feel like I'm BMing a little bit. Yeah, dude, crazy. Yeah, this deck, by the way, is just not bad, guys. We're doing pretty good. All right, Howard on 1, we love. Galactus can always go left later, so don't have to worry about Howard positioning here. It's no problem. Well, I say that. I mean, I guess they could give me something, but pretty unlikely they'd want to do that. Celine's fine, yep. Galactus incoming. So this would have been a great turn to Anti-Venom, but you know, that's a billion energy. I only have 2. Billion is always equal to 4, by the way. Onslaught's Citadel. Okay, nothing too interesting for us there. So Nimrod incoming. That would have been another great Anti-Venom card. We're kind of missing all the good Anti-Venom cards here, to be honest. A Green Goblin could be decent as well, maybe like a little less reliable, perhaps. Symbiote Spider-Man. I mean, if I show Hobgoblin and Symbiote Spider-Man, we're probably a little cooked. That said, they just played a Cosmo. I don't have a Luke Cage anyway, so it's like the Symbiote Spider-Man doesn't really meaningfully do anything, right? I mean, it's a good blink card for the record, like, just not now. It doesn't do anything now. Yeah, I think we have to trust the Hobgoblin here, man. I don't know. I think 17's a really good lead for Galactus, especially when they maybe aren't that invested left right now. I don't know. And we've already seen the Cosmo. Oh, Man. Bro. That's scary, isn't it? Yeah, I guess any reason to hold the Symbiote Spider-Man? I can't think of one. Somehow we actually have priority too, so we expect this to fully go off, right? Oh, they're just not expecting this at all, I guess. I don't know, dude. Just completely helpless or unprepared or what? I don't know. They just didn't even do anything. Just played really fast and said, no, I don't think you got it. Yeah, okay. Almost a little sad we didn't get to enjoy that more, but yeah, I mean, Okay. Celine was like crazy good this game, man. Shutting down Iron Man and Hobgoblin, eh? All right, yeah, Howard, that's a good spot for you, I guess. We can't play Galactus there. Hobgoblin and Green Goblin and Symbiote Spider-Man. This is like the dream. What was that? It looked like it showed a location. I don't know. This is a dream, like, organic path, you know? If this all connects, like, forget it. This could be, oh my good lord. Okay. All right, Asteroid M is, that's fine, actually. Yeah, no, that's okay. They might fill this up even faster. We might have a risk on the Hobgoblin, though, if we go for this. We might be better off with a Nimrod. Ghost. Okay, so we always reveal first, which is great for making sure a Galactus activates. Do we think the Hobgoblin here will connect? Wind pool. Do they play a card here or not, guys? It really screws us if they I mean, if they do, this probably doesn't go off anyway, right? Like, because if they play a 4 or 5 drop, a 3 or 4 drop here, they're gonna have at least like 4 or 5 extra power, which is 13. Galactus is gonna be 13. I think we trust the Hobgoblin. There might even be a funny scenario where they play a 4 drop and they play it somewhere else, right? I think it's actually even more likely they just play a Sarah somewhere else. Are they reading Galactus, though? You know, if they read Galactus, they may say, hey, wait a minute, man, I'm going to play this area here and block a Hobgoblin. If it's Sarah, it would be 12, which would make the Galactus go off, for the record. Like, if they play a Sarah right just to shut this down. I don't know. I think we play the Hobgoblin here. It's, in a weird way, the safest play. Yeah. It's like, you know, you can talk yourself out of it pretty easily for sure. Yeah, we identified that, but they didn't make that read, right? So yeah, they're just absolutely cooked. Yeah, they're just absolutely cooked now. I don't know, like I said, right? Like, we knew exactly what's happening, but it's just a kind of a decision point, really. Sort of a 50-50, but most people, particularly a deck like this that are reactive, want to keep spaces open, not close them. All right, Howard. Yeah, let's just get you out of the way. Let's move you around. We may lose this power on Killmonger, but that's okay. It's a good spot for Galactus, actually. Ooh, so meet Spider-Man incoming. Necrotia can be nice for us. Celine, not great on this hand by any means. Could sometimes still be worth it to negatively impact the opponent. Or just play to get the Abby. They say it's Killmonger. That's not really a problem for us. So we're drawing Luke Cage. We'll see what Anti-Venom or Iron Lad can hit here. Definitely could make a big play. Oh no, dude, no. Blink next. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. We don't care about Celine at all. This is Nimrod. So Iron Lad Nimrod's pretty good. We've also got blink considerations to make. I guess having a 0 power Nimrod is probably better for blink, right? I think that's true. Yeah. Then we can surprise blink maybe. That gives me a Hobgoblin top deck or Green Goblin that's still useful, right? Like, now we can play. Yeah, what was this? This was Green Goblin. Next turn we can do these to dig out a Galactus. It's just like, is that gonna win? You know, that's the problem here. We know we're drawing Green Goblin, so we don't have to worry about that. Like, am I really gonna win left like that though? Am I better off digging out the Galactus now is another question. Lets me play Green Goblin and Luke Cage next turn. Killmonger's no good. I think it's better as a surprise, to be honest. I basically just don't want them to be suspicious. I want them to think left doesn't matter at all. Like, this is just a game about... Oh, I hope that's not a Proxima Midnight. Swarms. Don't be a Proxima there when I... Crapple. Crapple doodle damn. Now we're especially cooked, right? Not enough to beat the Morbius. If I'd put the freaking symbiote Spider-Man left, it could have been enough. Wow. It actually could have been enough, dude. This would have been a sick play. I just kind of want to do it anyway to see it, man. Like, this is a sick play. Dang it, it could have been enough, man. Oh, it would have been so good, dude. I'm so sad how good this would have been, dude. Oh, they loaded up anyway. I don't think it would have worked, but it's cool to see this in action anyway, to know that it's like technically possible or whatever. Like that's cool. I do really want to see this happen because it's very fun. Like, this is really cool. Like, this is the things you can do with this deck, right? Like, this is very sick. This is an anti-venom bonus here, man. Just the opponent was a little too strong for us. But you can imagine a scenario where that's actually a really cool play. Man, that's cool. It makes me like this deck a lot. Even when I'm having fun losing, that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. Okay, very, very expensive hand. Super Sable. Hopefully it hits a goblin, right? That'd be amazing. Punish their greed. Sort of the same thing, I guess. Atlantis is actually pretty nice for Galactus sometimes, right? We know they're gonna have a goblin, so. Yeah, Celine into Luke Cage. Rocket hits, definitely a bounce deck. Okay, that can definitely put out a lot of power, so a little scary. Dude, I love the commitment, by the way. The name is Shock Car. They got the Shocker Car portrait. Like, they are really in on this. That's fun. Well, clearly they're gonna win White Hot Room. So at some point we should ask if we're more of a priority play, because we don't care about White Hot Room that much anymore. It's gonna be really hard to win priority though too. Yeah, I don't know, man. Nimrod kind of wants to go mid typically, right? But I don't think we're gonna play him. I think we're gonna play Hobgoblin. I think it's just way better. Ooh, I like that though. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we'll go Green Goblin into Hobgoblin next turn, into Galactus, and just hope that it's enough. I don't expect a ton of disruption. It's just gonna be a point game. I'll have 11, and we'll have given them -14. I mean, with 2 spots, that feels like it's gonna connect. Now there is a risk they dump into the Hobgoblin though, and the Hobgoblin gets stuck. Obviously that screws me. I don't think that's winnable. I mean, a blink could technically bail you out of that, sort of, but we don't. Well, no, not with this hand. Anyway. Not with Galactus in hand. That's not true. This looks like a bounce. Oh well, sort of. I think they definitely do want to play more right than left at the moment. They might not be too suspicious of this Green Goblin. They might just think like, oh well. They also know though that the Celine hit something else, but I guess they don't know when I drew the goblins. I don't think it matters. I think we have to ship it, right? It's really not too relevant here. It's our only chance to win, so it's not like we have a choice in the matter. Iceman is actually fine. There's only 1 spot left, and we have an enormous point differential. I don't know. I mean, obviously Disruption, Cosmo type stuff could beat us, but from a purely point play, there's 0 chance they beat this on points. Hitmonkey's big. He's the biggest guy they got, but it's not even on the same universe as Galactus. Bro's eating planets, man. He's not worried about a monkey with guns. Get out of here. Cool. Kind of wild how much this is working, by the way. Just like classic Goblin Galactus. It's just so really surprising. Maybe a little harrowing. Even that might be the word. Like, why is this working so much? I'm kind of scared.